There was a time when Fortnite ruled the gaming sections of Twitch and YouTube, and if there's one content creator that put Fortnite on the map, it's Tyler Blevins, also known as Ninja. Miss him, hate him, or love him, there's one thing everyone has to agree on. Ninja had cracked the code of running a gaming profile. Perhaps it was sheer luck, or his top-notch skills that helped him harbor viewers. But at the raw age of 27, he had built a multi-million-dollar empire for himself. And then, his success and fame got the worst of him. Welcome to The Dive, where we go deep on the topics that interest us the most. And this time we're going to be exploring how Ninja went from the top of the Twitch world to the trenches. It's true that content creation is an extremely volatile business. One minute you're the most sought-out creator on various platforms, and the next minute your niche just isn't cool anymore. There are very few streamers and YouTubers who have found a sustainable career for themselves. They weren't resistant to switching it up, and well, they didn't make some bad business deals. Take PewDiePie for instance. Sure, Felix doesn't rule the YouTube scene anymore, but his channel has evolved from him playing Amnesia or Happy Wheels while his low-quality camera kept rolling. Dare I say, PewDiePie is still relevant in various circles today. Believe it or not, Business Insider ranked him as one of the biggest YouTubers in 2023, second only to Mr. Beast. So why is it that Ninja couldn't keep his business running? Well, there's a lot to unpack here, but what we can tell you up front is that Ninja's skills in gaming weren't up for debate ever. Here are some quick and fast stats for you. In 2018, Tyler was the most viewed streamer on Twitch. As a professional gamer and a Fortnite extraordinaire, he was able to amass 226 million streaming views on the site in just 2018. And if you think that doesn't compare to what YouTube has to offer with the likes of Mr. Beast, you'd be surprised to know that Ninja's views were twice more than anyone else's on Twitch. In the same year, he also broke a Twitch record by garnering more than 600,000 concurrent views on the platform. If you're experienced at exploring gaming at Twitch, it must be a cultural shock to hear about the creator who basically owned the platform. After all, Ninja's rise to fame was as quick as his downfall. There's not much to know about Ninja's personal life. He was pretty forthcoming about his gaming career, but the details around his early life are a bit sketchy. We know that Tyler Blevins grew up in a Chicago suburb where he moved as an infant. His alma mater is Grays Lake Central High School, which played a pretty dominant role in shaping Ninja's gaming career. According to Ninja himself, he led a pretty average life in school. Even though he was super passionate about gaming, he didn't think about quitting school to pursue his passion full-time. If anything, doing well at school was important for him, because how else do you enter small gaming tournaments without tipping your parents off? In the words of Ninja himself, it was one of those things where if I was doing well in school, putting in the time and effort there, and soccer as well, that I would be rewarded to play as many games as I wanted. So even as a teenager, Ninja had everything figured out. He also went on to take his education seriously because he knew that he was pretty remarkable at gaming. If he hadn't focused, he would have fallen into an entirely different path altogether. Another thing Ninja knew was how to win. Even when he was just entering into small tournaments, he got super competitive because, well, he wanted to win. And he has his dad to thank for instilling a competitive streak in him. You see, Ninja's story isn't typical. His parents didn't have to threaten him to quit gaming. In fact, it was his dad and brothers who got him into the sport when he was very young. Talking about his dad, Ninja said, and I quote, "He loved video games when they started to come out, and he would purchase them for us. But really, we would go to bed around as early as you can imagine when we were little, 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m., and he would play on the consoles until 2 or 3 in the morning. Not to mention Ninja had everything at home to polish his gaming skills. In the 1990s, his dad bought him the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis, and by the time the 2000s gaming era became cool, Ninja also had some games from Microsoft Xbox and Sony's PlayStation. Mr. Blevins was not a very typical dad. And of course, who knew that his casualness with video games would make Tyler one of the most renowned gamers in the world? It seems like Tyler had some idea though. He can actually pinpoint the exact moment where he knew he wasn't like any other koi playing video games with his elder brothers. Ninja's life changed when Halo, a multiplayer futuristic war game, was launched on Xbox in November 2001. As a 9-year-old, Tyler was out playing his elder brothers John and Chris at every single game night, to the point that both of them just outright refused to play with him because he was just that good. For Ninja, gaming was just a cool way to annoy his brothers, who, in their own words, kept getting destroyed by Tyler. Soon enough, Tyler had learned that his impeccable skills can earn him a lot of money by winning tournaments. That's when he started to take gaming seriously. His Twitch breakthrough would come much later, actually, but before he tapped into the Fortnite fame, Ninja was exclusively making money by playing Halo. Tyler's first super competitive tournament was a Halo 3 event in Orlando in 2009. It wasn't a major success, but the pro gamer kept practicing. In 2011, he played multiple competitive Halo Reach tournaments in Dallas, Columbus, and Anaheim. Many decisive victories from these competitions kick-started Tyler's professional gaming career, but he wasn't just playing at tournaments. A little known fact about Tyler is that his streaming career just didn't take off out of nowhere. Ninja is not an overnight success. While he was gaming competitively, he also began to stream at Twitch and was making about $100 each day on the platform. For Tyler, that seemed like a pretty good deal. I mean, it probably seemed like a pretty good deal for anyone. He had spent his teenage years working in a fast food restaurant, Noodle & Company. And I'm not sure what goes onto the worst jobs in the world list, but I'm pretty sure fast food server is up there. But for a gamer from a small town in Chicago, the best was yet to come. In 2012, Tyler's gaming profile hit a new high when his team won the Halo 4 MLG Fall Championships. He was also crowned as the highest scorer in the final showdown. For folks who are new to this gaming world, MLG, or Major League Gaming events, are pretty competitive in nature. The MLG Championships showcase the best gamers in the world, and in 2012 Ninja was one of those gamers. Winning the MLG opened a lot of opportunities for Tyler. According to his dad, Chuck Blevins, Ninja's soaring popularity made him pretty rich too. Winning at small competitions had led him to make money, but the glam of lifting a major league trophy is something else. Tyler had gone from making loose cash to signing sponsorships and getting major brand deals. Of course, his Twitch career had a lot to do with that too, but Tyler had showcased his talents against the very best in the world, and that was bound to enhance his viewership on Twitch. Since then, he has competed with big names in esports including Renegades and Team Liquid. Yet Ninja's success was limited. Back in 2014, he would pull 800 viewers on his streams and had less than 1,000 subscribers, which isn't bad of course, but by the looks of it, Ninja wasn't about to earn his super celebrity status either. His audience was small, but his viewers absolutely loved him. Tyler had a knack for playing Halo games proficiently, and in the heat of it, he would break into a SpongeBob impression to entertain his fans. Tyler was pretty goofy, and his easygoing persona was building his eventual stardom for him. Pretty gradually though. He switched things up a bit after ditching Halo 5. It's just a massive coincidence that during the same time, the preposterously popular genre of Battle Royale had found its way to Twitch. Tyler began to play H1Z1, a game that is the benchmark of Battle Royale's fame on the streaming platform. But then, of course, PUBG entered the chat, so Tyler switched things up again. His success with PUBG inspired him to play Fortnite, which was on the verge of becoming a global sensation. When Ninja started to stream Fortnite, it was pretty immature as far as a competitive game goes. But that didn't stop it from becoming popular, and Tyler's streaming views were increasing exponentially with it. We're not going to get into the old debate of who made who famous, because to be fair, it's hard to credit Ninja as the sole impetus behind Fortnite's viral success. What we can tell you though is that the gamer made full use of the Twitch algorithm to capitalize on the game's popularity. His pre-existing audience had put him at the top of the Fortnite directory on Twitch, and whoever was looking for anything about Fortnite, to interesting gameplays to learning how the game worked, they were bound to tap on the most popular option available. While Ninja was working pretty hard to climb the Twitch ladder, a lot of external factors helped curate his career too. The biggest divine intervention came from the creators of Fortnite themselves, who had revolutionized the gaming industry. Look, let's be a bit real here. Fortnite isn't the first or the best battle royale game out there, but it never had to be. Here's the thing, Fortnite changed the way fans would typically interact with a user-immersive game. Those colorful islands were free, your characters had a way to entertain you, and I don't even have to get into the engineered virality of those infamous dances. Whatever was popular on the internet was part of Fortnite the next day. Sure, the devil works hard, but game developers at Fortnite were working harder. As The Verge puts it quite brilliantly, Fortnite's main export is not gameplay, but culture. It's a game that just happens to have a sense of humor and a penchant for spectacle. And for once, we agree. The game's overall personality was a massive appeal for kids and their millennial parents who grew up with Xbox and PlayStation themselves. Another external factor that should be accounted for any theory behind Ninja's fame is actually the bizarre infatuation of kids and Fortnite. In fact, many parents opted to stream Ninja's Fortnite gameplay for their children who were equally obsessed with the game. Sure, many kids streamed Ninja for his fighting and shooting skills that were polished by his extensive Halo career. But they chose to stay because, well, Tyler is actually a nice atypical game dude bro on Twitch. At least in their eyes. And that's what matters, right? Think for a second. Ninja was the antithesis for a stereotypical gaming community. He wasn't interested in making gaming the sole aspect of his personality, keeps up with funky hair, he's charismatic, and isn't slothful. Plus, he's never vouched for building a parasocial, isolated relationship with gaming as a hobby or a career. In other words, Ninja wasn't just another loser on Twitch who's probably socially awkward. Other than honing into his gaming skills, Ninja became a streaming entertainer too. Many of his viewers found him cringy at times, but stuck around because the platform wasn't exactly brimming with Riz. It's also true that the gaming industry needed an anchor to hold down its potential. Back in 2017, data crunchers at Nielsen discovered a shocking statistic. They reported that the streaming market is so massive that more people watch gaming video content than HBO, Netflix, ESPN, and Hulu combined. Those figures were just a testament to how platforms like Twitch and YouTube were booming. But at the same time, the real tangible cultural impact of live game streaming wasn't exactly visible. Many gamers were garnering big numbers, but they weren't celebrities the way Taylor Swift or Jay-Z were. With the rise of Fortnite and the meme culture that drove it to viral madness, Ninja got the first glimpse of ultimate stardom. His popularity wasn't just in numbers. Big brands like Samsung, Uber Eats, and Red Bull began to sponsor the small-town kid from Chicago. Even Drake played Fortnite with Ninja. For once, it felt momentous that someone as sincere as Ninja would represent the gaming community positively. For many, he was another guy in a chair playing video games, but his fanbase found him more approachable than anyone else on the platform. Well, not at least the really famous streamers, you know? He'd stream Fortnite for hours and his fans would ask him for life advice. Let that one sink in for a second. Life advice from a Twitch streamer. If that wasn't enough, Ninja also talked about the causes that Gen Zs cared about. After losing a friend to suicide, he did a live stream to collect funds for American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Within a day, he was able to collect $113,000 and got a lot of traction from fellow Twitch celebrities, YouTubers, and new fans. So, of course, Ninja was doing something right, until his lack of media training caught up to him. By the end of 2018, Tyler Blevins wasn't just a micro-celebrity on Twitch. Hundreds and thousands of people were clocking into his live stream to enjoy the show. Those who didn't watch him live sought his video edits on Instagram and YouTube and other platforms that were mostly fan-made. As Ninja's audiences grew, he got too comfortable with being in the limelight. And then, the gamer word controversy happened. The nice gamer dude who streamed Fortnite with Drake ended up slipping the N-word while singing a Logic song. And the worst part? The original lyrics don't even have that word in them. Ninja's slip-up was an impromptu take on the lyrics and, well, everyone heard him say it. Sure, he apologized, but the damage was massive. Twitch had already built a reputation for hosting racist streamers, and their golden boy had said the no-no word. To make matters worse, his attempt at showing solidarity with Black Lives Matter protesters and George Floyd didn't go well either. In the midst of a heated debate on white privilege, Ninja tweeted words of support for the innocent black man who was subjected to police brutality. Yet he chose to end his tweet with, "I stand with the black community and all races." The All Lives Matter moment from Ninja ignited a lot of spark from his fans, and many people jumped into the good old debate on how gamers shouldn't talk about political issues at all. Ninja's response was clear, that he's going to use his platform to talk about human rights, whether people like it or not. Despite small bumps in his career, Ninja's fame kept his brand going. His macro success on the platform led the New York Times to interview him about his gaming journey and the bigger debate surrounding political matters in the world. That's when Ninja's career hit a speed bump in a most drastic way. He outright refused to use his platform to educate kids about racism, citing that it's not his responsibility to do so. His experience with the N-word controversy had taught him to steer away from matters that can get him into hot waters, and he feared that kids might troll him to prompt a political jab out of him. It's hard to see why the internet came for Ninja. He was right in pointing out that a white kid might not understand his white privilege until his parents teach him how systematically messed up our world truly is. The responsibility of teaching kids about racism doesn't fall on Ninja then. He's an entertainer. There's no denying that an interview in the New York Times is a hallmark of anyone's career, but Ninja's New York Times feature came with a lot of hits and misses. The talking points from the interview were actually trending on Twitter, and then, of course, people had to dig up old clips of Ninja that didn't exactly put him into anyone's good books. Previously, Tyler had spoken against the notion that female Twitch streamers steal viewers by showing off their bodies or by wearing revealing clothes. The popular incel discourse on Twitch has dragged women for not being real gamers or just bad at gaming altogether. After a controversial streamer, Trainwreck, made sexist remarks about female streamers for playing video games in crop tops, Ninja used his platform to criticize the blatant misogyny. Support and solidarity from the crown jewel of Twitch meant a lot to female streamers, and he tapped into an entirely new demographic of viewers as well. But in the same year, Blevins also announced that he won't play games with other women to preserve the sanctity of his marriage. While talking to Polygon, he stated, "If I have one conversation with one female streamer where we're playing with one another, and even if there's a hint of flirting, that's going to be taken and going to be put on every single video and be clickbait forever." Given Tyler's hypervisibility on the platform, it's true that his personal life could be a rumor mill. He also maintained that he has actively told female streamers not to ask for collaborations because it can't happen as long as he's married to his wife/manager, Jessica. But the reaction of his fans, especially female fans, was varied. They believed that by excluding a major demographic from his channel, he's just affirming the stereotypes associated with female streamers. You know what we're talking about. Twitch viewership has a history of accusing female gamers for chasing popular male streamers for clout. They even have a special word for them. Ninja's stance was understandable, but it also came at the cost of his previous comments on supporting female streamers and garnering sincere viewership. But of course, many of his steadfast fans didn't care about his views on gender equality or BLM. Their main focus was his game that seemed to falter a bit as his Fortnite popularity grew. The problem wasn't a skill issue though. Instead, Ninja visibly got annoyed with the in-game issues. Those microscopic issues like cheating are always annoying, but Ninja couldn't come to terms with the fact that everyone wants a piece of his attention. For instance, he went out of his way to report a small streamer, Icy5, because he had allegedly stream sniped him. And, well, Ninja seemed to have lost it. While Icy5 celebrated taking out an infamous target on Fortnite, Tyler's response was disproportionately heated. Even though this instance was supposed to be a forgive and forget moment, Ninja promised that he'll go to lengths to make sure Icy is banned on Fortnite. His fans didn't appreciate that at all. Icy's response to the entire fiasco was received with a lot of sympathy as well. He said, and I quote, "I don't understand why you raged, called me an idiot, and said you were going to try and get me banned. I know that you can get me banned because of how much power you have within Epic. You are the face of Fortnite." Ninja then denied having authoritative control within Epic, and he apologized as well, but it was too late. The popular narrative on the block was that Ninja will get you banned from your favorite game if you cross him in a way that he doesn't like. For a professional gamer, that's not a good reputation to ride on. To put it simply, Ninja had become toxic for the gaming community. And that's not to mention that even his diehard viewers couldn't help but notice how alienated he looked with Fortnite in general. All hell broke loose when Ninja was streaming Fortnite with Cypher PK in September 2022. After he got super annoyed with players spamming rifts in the sky during a heated match, Ninja had an explosive meltdown and stopped the stream. He was heard expressing disappointment at the players spamming rifts and told Cypher that he can't play the game anymore. Twitch viewers as well as his fans on Twitter were in shambles. Many believed that Ninja had been showing signs of a burnout for a while now, and his public outburst was expected. Tyler took to Twitter to announce his break from streaming to focus on his mental health. The move was appreciated quite a bit. Everyone knew that Tyler was going to lose a chunk of his viewership and money for not streaming regularly, but he still chose to go through with his decision. Back in 2021, Ninja had been pretty vocal about losing his viewership while talking to the Washington Post. His unpopular and very short-lived decision to stream exclusively on Mixer had annoyed his Twitch viewers, and naturally, games other than Fortnite had garnered mainstream popularity. Ninja was well aware that his top spot on Twitch isn't permanent. Someday he was bound to not be on the top, but by the time he had a public meltdown, he wasn't getting 100,000 viewers anyway. But Ninja's little break from streaming turned out to be a PR disaster. As soon as he got validation on the social circles for making a statement on mental health and suicide prevention, he was back on the internet for an exciting announcement. His social media handles released a 43-second video to announce that the pro gamer won't be streaming on Twitch exclusively. Many saw this announcement as pretty reminiscent of the stream wars that Ninja had kickstarted after making the switch to Mixer and then back to Twitch again. Allegedly, Tyler's manager, his wife, had used the switch to sign a lucrative deal with Twitch when Mixer got shut down. But that wasn't the main hot topic on social media. Numerous Twitch streamers and fans accused Ninja of staging a breakdown to garner attention for his multi-stream announcement. An angry fan tweeted, and I quote, "I thought it was something super serious when he made that tweet on the first day of Suicide Prevention Month. To find out it was just a PR stunt disgusts me." Ninja's plan to stream across platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube was a strategy to revive his dropped viewership, but the alleged PR stunt backfired pretty badly. In the year 2022, for Ninja, reviving his popularity won't be easy. But it also seems like Tyler wants to be more than just his viewers and subscribers. In 2021, the Washington Post published the widely popular piece on the streamer titled, "Ninja is no longer Twitch's biggest streamer, but he has made his peace with it." Staying true to its title, the piece included Ninja's thoughts about his decreasing viewership and how the analytics-obsessed fans upset him. He said, "Fans are focusing on what they can see in front of them, which is numbers, and Ninja isn't getting 100,000 viewers anymore. But what they don't see is everything we created while we were massive and the global recognition we have that's bigger than just streaming on Twitch." It's hard not to see the truth value of that statement. While Ninja is not the quintessential pro streamer on Twitch anymore, his name and brand means something to the gaming community. Even today, his net worth stands at a whopping $40 million, just off of the back of gaming. And who knows, Ninja might well find his breakthrough 2.0 with some other game that the cool kids would hype on social media. Even though Ninja's popularity has plummeted from its astounding highs earlier in his career, it would be wrong to say that he's not still successful. A fraction of a massive number is still a pretty big number. Ninja's YouTube channel still has over 23 million subscribers, still regularly releases videos to hundreds of thousands of views multiple times a week, and his Twitch page has more than 18 million followers, and he's still streaming Fortnite. You don't have to be at the top to be successful. As far as rises and falls go, I'd say Ninja came out of this one pretty well. Thanks for watching, and until next time, make sure you don't say any gamer words.